Welcome back. Yeah, I'm really behind. That's what happens when A, I'm working throughout the week during these weeks of, and B, you get a new Pokemon game. You try to manage your time as best you can. Sometimes things fall through the glass. I'm catching up. I won't be able to catch up on all of them today, but I'm going to catch up on at least 3 of them. The Lantern Corps video, which I'm doing right now, the Who Would Win, and at least one of the What Ifs. The 2 What Ifs, probably yesterday's and today's. I'm going to push to either tomorrow or the weekend. I'm going to get them all done. Don't worry, I will. But until then, let's get on with it. Parker Smith, you ask, which Lantern Corps do I think Thanos, the Mad Titan himself, would belong in? Now let's be clear. We're looking at Thanos. We're not looking at MCU Thanos. We're looking at Thanos as the comic character. Now, as I said in the last one, I'm doing them a little differently now, just to save time, save your valuable time and my valuable time, and B, I think it's an easier way of just doing the video, is to just really go over the cores that I think are the most likely for him to go over. I'll briefly touch on the stuff that I don't think he belongs in, but that's just that. I mean, real quick, just to get a couple out of the way. He's not a White Lantern. He's alive, but trust me, as we all know, Thanos is anything but someone who values life or tries to live his life. No, he's not that at all. Nor is he like a Blue Lantern. Like the obvious ones don't apply to him. Blue, Indigo, he has no compassion whatsoever in his soul. Let me touch on Indigo because it's not his core, not even close. But let me touch on Indigo real quick. Because Indigo's a weird one. It has to be. Thanos is compassionate on the weirdest of levels. Like, he can understand where someone is coming from. He just doesn't care. That's the thing. So, to understand someone is, on some level, to show compassion. Empathy is a level of compassion. And in certain circumstances, he has shown it, but it's clearly not his dominant emotion. And there's plenty of others we can go over, but let's get down to the big 3, and then which one I think is his most likely candidate. So the 3 emotions, embodiments, that I think embody Thanos the most. By the way, I don't do the ultraviolet lanterns because we don't know 100% if shame is what powers them. It's believed to be shame, but until we know for certain, I can't use the ultraviolet lanterns. And they're pretty new, so it's a little difficult to use them. A is the Green Lantern Corps. Now, the primary method of qualifying for this is being able to overcome great fear. Add on the fact you need a strong willpower to use the ring, and you have Thanos. Thanos, first up, is almost not afraid of anything. But that being said, he's still, the few times we've seen him scared, and it's very few, he's been able to overcome it without too much difficulty. So, taking that in consideration, then taking the fact that he clearly has the willpower. He's been around for thousands of years, easily. He clearly has the willpower to come back from the dead, collect the Infinity Stones multiple times in multiple continuities, and succeed in his mission. Whatever the mission is, he almost usually succeeds in it. Just something happens where he fails. Green could easily suit him. The problem is that the Lantern Corps itself wouldn't suit him. They'd kick him out in a heartbeat. Plus, let's be clear, it's not known whether or not Thanos would really want a Lantern Corps ring. He is essentially the Thanos of the Marvel universe, the dark side of the Marvel universe. Darkseid is more or less naturally stronger, but like Darkseid just crushes Lantern rings. He doesn't need them. So I'm wondering if Thanos would be the same, or if he would try to accept the Lantern ring because, as another form of power, which he would want. The other core I think he definitely is better into is the Yellow Lantern Corps. Thanos inspires fear pretty much wherever the hell he goes. Like, you just even say Thanos' name and people get worried at minimum. Most heroes don't take him lightly. Like, even the strongest of heroes, even Sentry, does not take Thanos for a fool. Like, I don't actually think, now I say that a lot, I'm not even sure Sentry or Thanos have actually ever met or fought. That's something I'd have to look into. But even something like Sentry or Thor or Captain Marvel, some of the heavy hitters of the MCU in terms of like the heroes, they do not take Thanos like they know exactly what kind of threat he poses. And it's not just them, it's gods, deities, things along those lines. Now, Thanos isn't the top dog in the Marvel universe by any stretch of the means. There are individuals who far outclass them in terms of actual power without the aid of like the Infinity Gauntlet or something along those lines. Because with the Infinity Gauntlet, there's practically no one who can touch him. I think at best the people who can beat him on those levels are, I think they're either pre or post retcon Beyonders can at least match the Infinity Gauntlet, if not are stronger. The Living Tribunal is equal to it, and then the one above all is stronger than it. Apart from that, though, yeah, there's not much. So I mean, fear would suit Thanos fantastically, and it'd be a corp that he'd be allowed to be a hell of a bit more freedom in. But honestly, and I think this one was kind of an obvious one if you think on it for more than 2 seconds, it's the Black Lantern Corps. He's died multiple times. So right off the bat, he qualifies for that as well. But his obsession with death for so long, the fact that he was in love with the physical manifestation, the physical human form of death, I think it goes right towards that. He is kind of death personified in many ways. That where he goes, death follows. And I think that just makes him a shoo-in for the Black Lantern Corps. Now, you might ask the question, some of you anyway, might ask, why not orange or why not violet for love? Clearly he was in love with death. Why not that? Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem on, his level, his need for power. Why doesn't he go orange? Well, the problem with orange, let's start with that one first, is that his greed it's not greed. It's desire for power to meet a goal. And once he's met those goals, he's never really wanted for much beyond that. Like when he got the Infinity Gauntlet in the Infinity Saga, like he did it only to please Death. Like he wanted Death to love him. And she eventually wouldn't. She just wouldn't love him. Like, snap, wipe out half the universe? Nope. Okay, well, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna become something greater than even that. I'm gonna become an actual deity. Basically, becomes eternity. And frankly, we've seen that time and time again with other goals too. Whether it was like in Thanos: The End, where he got the power heart of the universe, and he ultimately got that. It's like the only thing he did was try to fix this cancer that was in the universe, and he couldn't do it. So ultimately, he ended up sacrificing himself and resetting everything. So greed doesn't fit him really at all, I don't think, because everything he does, it's meeting a goal long term. Love, we know even comic Thanos is on some level capable of love. It's not the thing that dominates. Like his love for Death. Yes, he loved her, but that's the major thing here. Loved. We later see later down in further storylines where Death and Thane, one of Thanos' children that is alive, were teamed up, and she tried to persuade Thanos, like seduce him, because she was proud that you became the Thanos I always wanted you to become, and blah blah blah. And he even says like, "Nah, I'm done with you." So while he certainly had love for Death at one point, even if it's still there, it's not the thing that defines him at this point. I think the fact that he has died multiple times, come back, the fact that he was obsessed with Death, and he pretty much Death falls his way and he takes pleasure in it. I think honestly, the Black Lantern Corps is the definitive corps for Thanos. I think that is just that. But what do you honestly think? I mean, he doesn't have enough rage. He's not, most of the time, he's not angry enough to be a qualifier for rage. So, what do you think? You think the Black Lantern Corps is the dominant corps for him? I think it is, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got 2 more videos to do, and they'll be done. Again, I'm going to bump up the 2 what-ifs that I had planned for either tomorrow, because I got a what-if. Actually, no, I'll save it for Saturday, because that way I'll have only 3 what-ifs to do. 3 videos to do, whereas if I bump it tomorrow, I've got other things I'm probably going to be doing during the day tomorrow. Especially when I get home, and I only have time for the what if and the who would win, so you gotta space this out accordingly. This is what happens when you fall behind. Till then, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.